Many thanks for joining us. Let's go to our first story now. One student of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology is on admission at the KNUST hospital after he was allegedly manhandled by the internal security of the university during a vigil called Morale on Campus. 11 others, including an alumnus who were arrested and handed over to the police, have been granted bail. They were said to have defied a ban on such activities, which involves singing in groups while loitering on campus. The ban was reportedly placed following the conversion of all male halls into mixed halls. The students and the alumni, however, went ahead to hold the vigil and consequently blocked the entrances to the school, thus preventing students from entering the halls. The students reportedly started to throw stones at the security officers who tried to stop them. Meanwhile, Public Relations Officer of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kwame Yeboah, says that the university will apply its rules and regulations to protect students and staff. He spoke earlier on News 360 with Abu Isamoni.
Students of both halls, Unity and University Hall, wanted to have some get-together which they refer to as morale, where they come together, sing, drum, and do all sorts of things. The experience we had with making the whole single set halls made us think if we allow them to be having that, it might compromise our security. So what we did was to ask them no, hold on to that. But for some weeks, about 6-7 weeks ago, we allowed them to have the two halls. That by Unity Hall was quite clear. No incidents, but that of the University Hall was something else. So this time around, which was last Friday, they wanted to have the same, and the Hall authority said no, we can't have it because of what happened the previous time, and the students decided. And let me say this: if students are not in the hall, outside the hall is open, and they come to do. And normally, when they come to do that, they create a lot of conveniences. The entrance of the hall is blocked. Some students are unnecessarily harassed and all that. So when they decided some of the teachings and all that, and all the security that was supposed to missiles flying and all that. So in the attempt to control it, some were arrested and taken to the police station, the KNUST police station.
Kwame Yeboah, you claim that there is a ban on morale activities. Are there enough notices to warn the students that the ban is still in force?
There was a notice displayed in the hall.
Which hall?
At the University Hall. When notices were, and the students were told that they can have for reasons I have.
We understand one student or maybe more than one were injured in the attempt to stop them from carrying out the morale activities. What is the current status of one of the students or two of them who have been injured and reportedly carried to hospital?
One student got injured and is responding to treatment. I've got him there. He's doing very well. Charged tomorrow.
Do you think that the notices you put around to alert students that morale activities cannot go on, and even with the alumni, those who are coming from outside the university to come and join their fellows, do you think it is enough, or what are you going to do about it to alert them?
You see, every institution is governed by constitutions. But in all cases, we have some people who didn't want to, and we have such situations on our hands now. I indicated earlier, Unity Hall, they were giving the permission to do it. And they did it within the laws. And nobody had anything to do. But in the case of University Hall, there are some individuals who are bent on creating problems for the university. And sometimes we have to take things where those who participate are not students. Some are not students. So the idea not to allow them to have it, bordered on some of these things. But the news out there is the impression that as affecting students, we are doing things. That is not the case. So going forward, as I promised parents about the university's attempt to provide security for the children, will go ahead and do that so that their security is secured.
We're following this development closely and will update you in our subsequent bulletins. Let's do some other stories now. A Kenyan international intellectual property consultant, Professor Tom Ogada, expects universities and other research institutions to take steps to commercialize their research findings. At a workshop in Accra, he argued that research should be linked to challenges and relevant issues to spur economic growth. Professor Tom Ogada underscored the need for a relationship between research and challenges confronting society towards economic growth.
I'm talking about issues to do with poverty reduction, issues to do with job creation, issues to do with affordable health care, issues to do with affordable and accessible housing. So all these issues can be able to find solutions through research and development.
He underscored the importance of intellectual property in linking research to issues of social and economic importance, explaining it is the link between research findings and usage.
There is huge capacity of research in this country, and we just need to do something small to ensure that these results can be used for economic development. That once research outputs have been realized, these outputs should be protected, and once protected, they should be commercialized. And commercialization here therefore means the route of transferring the knowledge that is generated through research to use by the society.
An intellectual property policy consultant, Samuel Enum, noted universities and other research institutions have to go through processes such as patenting and copyright for their works to be beneficial.
We've always said the universities have got research that's lying on their shelves and have not been moved to commercialization phase. There's a process you need to go through. Institutions to develop their individual intellectual property policies and developing a process which will allow them to incorporate the intellectual property process in their business models.
The Institutional Intellectual Property Policies Workshop, which is for research institutions, universities, technical universities and polytechnics, is aimed at building their capacity to develop or review existing intellectual property policies. It will also suggest guidelines for the implementation of the institutional intellectual policies. Time now for a break. The bulletin returns shortly. Don't go away. Welcome back from the break. If you just joined us, this is the late news on TV3, also live on DSTV channel 279 with me, Grace Hamwa Asari. Let's do some more stories. Some fishmongers at the Kaneshi market say their sales have been greatly affected after news broke on the poisoned tilapia at Isuchare in the Shai Osudoku districts in the Greater Accra region. According to them, they buy their tilapia from their farm plains in the eastern region. Wendilai has the rest of the story.
Our first stop was at the Malamata market, but the fishmongers who sell tilapia had closed. At about 4:35 p.m., we got to the Kaneshi market. Cecilia said she had sold 150 cedis worth of tilapia.
Usually, I would have sold about 3 baskets full of the fish same time in the past.
Inquired if she had heard about the poisoned tilapia at Isuchare. She answered in the affirmative, adding she only got to know about it when she got to the market in the morning. Evelyn Tetevi has sold tilapia for over 30 years. She complained bitterly about how the news of the poisoned tilapia at Isuchare had affected her.
My customers now prefer chicken to tilapia after the news broke.
According to her, she usually earns about 2,500 cedis, but had sold 500 cedis. She wants stakeholders to clarify the incident so their customers are assured the tilapia sold in Accra is not contaminated. Vital Forianan was ready to leave the markets when we approached her. Having sold tilapia, popularly called dide, in Accra most parts of her life, she is concerned about the recent happenings.
1.7 kg. Since morning, I've only sold 170 cedis worth of tilapia. My customers have stopped buying my tilapia. They prefer salmon and chicken. I buy my tilapia from Afam Plains, not Esuchari.
Some frozen food operators we reached out to declined to speak to us, but one of the owners who spoke off camera said he hadn't seen any increase in patronage.
Away from tilapia sales, yam farmers in the Ashanti and Brong-Ahafo region have welcomed a new technology to improve yield. The farmers say they used to incur debts at the end of the farming season until the adoption of the K-seed technology. Here's a report by Beatrice Piogabra.
The Community Action for Yam Seed K-Seed project is a 3-year project which started in 2015 and ended in June 2018. The goal was to promote food security and wealth creation by addressing some of the major limitations in yam production. It is also targeted at improving the quality and production of yams through innovative agricultural interventions in 8 yam growing communities in Ghana and Nigeria. Regional Project Coordinator Dr. Kingsley Osei noted over 1,000 yam farmers have benefited from the project at Ejura and Atebubu. He explained that with the improved yields and right-sized tubers, the yams can meet export demands to create wealth for farmers and generate revenue for the country.
We selected 2 districts or municipalities, Ejura, Dumasi and Atebubu Mountain. And in every municipality or district, we had 2 communities which did what we call positive selection and 2 other communities which did farmer practice, good agronomic practices. This community is good agronomic practices.
30 farmers at Kramokrom in the Ejura Sechidumase municipality in the Ashanti region benefited from the technology. The elated farmers disclosed their finances have improved since they adopted the technology.
The project has been beneficial. I made a lot of profit from my farm and the group's farm.
The $4.5 million project is supported by the Bill and Belinda Gates Foundation. Meanwhile, the Crops Research Institute will be rolling out 4 new highly yielding and pest-resistant yam varieties onto the Ghanaian market.
Afasi Huadzinfu, which means strong Afasi, and just because it's tolerant to nematodes. Then we have Afasipa because of the high quality it has. Then we have Afasi Sunyanto, which is very high yielding. Then we have Afasi Brie. It has purple color.
About 5,000 planting materials are ready for supply to farmers in the Ejura municipality.
Now, offering prayers to God and also to the gods and ancestors for a bumper harvest, good health and prosperity for all is the essence of the Yam Festival of the people of the Volta region. The festival helps in fostering unity through forgiveness and reconciliation. It is an annual stock-taking event for all occupational endeavors, especially farming. The gods in the 7 communities of Audome were pacified and fed with yams to usher in this year's Awo Festival.
For Ghanaian ethnic groups, the spirit world is real. The dual world of the mundane and the sacred are linked by a network of mutual relationship and responsibility. For the people of Awudome, which comprises 7 communities, the first harvest of yam is considered sacred, and so elders will have to first perform rituals to the gods and ancestors by feeding them. Rivers and streams are pacified to engender good fortune in the coming years. Everything we are doing is in the Bible. There's nothing wrong and evil about what we're doing. Commuting with our ancestors is something the Bible says happened in the olden days. For indigents, such activities signify respect for the gods and help promote oneness with their state deities and ancestors, as the spiritual forces are believed to have brought about the bountiful yam harvest.
Time now for a break. We're back shortly. Welcome back from the break. Let's talk some sports now, because Ghana drawn in Group A alongside Algeria, Mali and Cameroon for the 11th Total African Women's Cup of Nations ALCON 2018 to be hosted in Ghana from November 17 to December 1, with matches slated for Cape Coast and Accra Stadia.
The draw, which took place at the Movenpick Hotel in Accra, saw the Black Queens of Ghana placed in Group A alongside Algeria, Mali and Cameroon, while Group B is made up of defending champions Nigeria, who have won the tournament a record 10 times, will face South Africa, Kenya and Zambia. Ghana and Nigeria were the top seeds in the draw.
Meanwhile, some officials from Groups A and B have been reacting to the draw.
We all saw it. It's very, very tough compared to that of Nigeria. But I believe nothing good comes easy, even if it's tough. Since we've all qualified, we will sail through.
Do you think we can still do the host and win?
I'm not a soothsayer though, but it's our wish and hope that we are going to host and win.
The draw is good because either being in Nigeria group or Ghana group is still the same people we meet. And we cannot be saying that the draw is bad or this one or that one, because we cannot avoid being in one group or the other, and we cannot avoid meeting one or the other. So I would say it's all the same. It's all the same.
Not really tough. Not really tough. We believe we can do better. We are well prepared, and we wish to do well and then take the cup back to South Africa.
Well, our group, it's a fair group. We are well advanced with the preparations. The team has been in camp for over 2 weeks now. So it's just a question of stepping up, knowing which teams we are going to face going forward.
Okay, now that you've known the teams that you're going to face, you have South Africa, you have Kenya, and then yourself. How tough is this group for you? Do you think you can beat them and go for the trophy or go to the next?
It's first things first. You can't talk about getting the trophy without getting out of the group stages. So the first thing that we have to do is concentrate and make sure that we do well at group stage. Then the other things will follow later.
And we wish the Ghanaian team well, even as we aim for a host and win. That's how we end this edition of the latest news on TV3, which was also live on DSTV channel 279. My name is Grace Hamwa. Sorry. Good night.